Hello. I wanted to share a new word that I learnt a couple of weeks ago by a friend of mine from something called the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. And the word is paro. I'm going to read it to you because it's such a beautiful definition. So paro, the feeling that no matter what you do is always somehow wrong, that any attempt to make your way comfortably through the world will only end up crossing some invisible taboo, as if there's some obvious way forward that everybody else can see but you, each of them leaning back in their chair and calling out helpfully, colder, colder, colder. And I love this, like this encapsulate an experience that I notice I often have as a recovering perfectionist, and I see this a lot out in the world. This kind of default assumption that the way I do things is insufficient somehow, and that life would be better if I was able to do things the way that other people do them. And so one way this, I had a client of mine talk about this recently, was this sense of like, oh, I'm not scheduled enough, right? Life would inherently be better if I was able to be more organized and more scheduled. And I queried with them, I was like, is that true? Does the way that you work and manage your time at the moment not work for you? And I'm like, oh, well, actually, no, like most of the time it works. I'm like, great, well, why do you want to try it? If it works for you, why are you trying to do something different? And conversely, like if you're somebody a little bit like me who tends to be already quite scheduled and organized and disciplined with your time, I notice I have this story that somehow it would be better in some unspecific nebulous way. It'd be better if I could be more in flow and more spontaneous. And I really, I just inherently believe that that's not true. There are lots of ways to be in the world. There are lots of ways to get things done. There is no single right way. But the answer is always, well, it depends. What is needed in that moment? And then, do you have the range to be able to make a choice? So if the only thing that you can do is schedule yourself so that there is no white space in your calendar, that there is inherently nothing wrong with it. If that works for you, knock yourself out. And if you would like to have more choice about how you are in relationship to your time, then yeah, maybe it would be helpful to learn different ways of organizing yourself and different ways of managing your calendar. And this idea that range gives us choice, it does not mean that the thing that you do and the thing that you have been practicing and perhaps you have a natural tendency preference for is inherently bad. Because let's face it, the grass is always greener. I often have people, especially here in Ubud, which is a very sort of flowy place, with like, oh wow, I wish I had your discipline. I wish I could schedule my time like that. Wow, but I wish I could, hang out all day and do. Actually, no, I don't. I don't. I schedule my time like this because this works for me. And sure, there are days where I'd like to there are moments where I'd like to have a little bit more flow and things, but actually I don't, because that generally doesn't work for me and how I want to live my life. So one of the things I love about this word, paro, is not only the word itself, but I love it when my experience has a name. Love it when, because it immediately gives me this sense of oh, it's not just me. I am not broken. Other people feel this too. So maybe this is a normal human experience to be having. And I think this one's another one of those, right? Particularly if you're a recovering perfectionist, I want to say that what you're feeling, the sense of like what you do is somehow inherently wrong, feels really normal to me. And you can learn to do something different. you can learn to appreciate the way that you do things and add to your range, add to your toolbox so you have more choice. So I would love to hear how this lands for you. I will drop a little link to the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows in the notes below. Yeah, please tell me how this experience shows up for you, how it feels to know that you are not the only one. And yeah, if you would like to learn to do something different, then reach out. Maybe I can help. All right, my loves, have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon.